said I got to say something, baby, hand me the mic. I said I got to say something, better hand me the mic. Somebody hand me a mic, cause I got to say something, so just hand me a mic. When I need to say something, better hand me the mic. I said I got to say something, better hand me the mic.
Southpaw, are we rolling?
We are rolling.
We are rolling. So, today's guests are tattoo artists, businesswomen, dog owners, and at least one of them could beat you in a fight. They are the people behind House of Horrors Tattoo Company in Darlington. We are honoured to be joined today by Gemma and Tara Horrors, right? Woo! Come on, Southpaw, you know what I mean? Woo! There we go. So, I'm going to ask first things first, because you're called Gemma Horrors and Tara Horrors. It's not a real name, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's a real name.
Right.
It's a real name on real documents.
Yes.
But it's
Really?
not. It's not a given name. Given
Right.
At birth. No.
Right. Is it what? Do you have it like on your bank card?
Yeah, it's on the
it's our
passport.
name,
Yeah,
it's
it's
our
our
name.
name.
Seriously?
Yeah.
How did that name come about?
Do you want to tell them?
Zombie was taken, I guess. I just honestly, like when we met, we were very young, and we didn't really want to like go with the whole traditional heterosexual. I'll take your name, you take mine, or whatever.
Right.
So we thought we'll just create a new one.
So when we got married, we just
So we
created a new
one. But I am
new
not
name.
kidding. Zombie was taken, and that's the only reason. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
You know,
If I
Rob
did a
Zombie,
bit-
like the
Yeah, like Rob Zombie.
the movie guy, the musician. I would have totally gone for Zombie.
So you actually inquired and looked into Zombie?
No, we knew
No,
he had
we
it
just,
already.
We just
didn't
knew he
we?
had it.
Oh,
Like,
right.
We were fans. So I'm so glad.
I mean, Horrors is work. But, you know,
Horrors is and now we've like matured into it. It's still doable, but Zombie, I think would have been
I'm trying to think,
a bit far. Like
would House of Zombies worked? I suppose it would. You know.
it would. I mean, I don't know if we'd get as much clientele.
No.
We had the name before the shop though. So
Did
we
you?
had we got married in 2012 and the shop came just after that.
Just after, not long.
Not long after that, yeah.
How did you meet?
Really boring.
Just in a little town.
We
Hello.
in the town we met, we both grew up there for a certain portion of our life, didn't we? But we hadn't really been in the town at the same time, had we?
No.
We'd both moved away, done our own thing. And then we both ended up back in the town at the time we met.
Right. What town was that?
Driffield.
I know of that.
Do ya?
That's a Yorkshire town.
It is.
Isn't
It's a
it?
Yorkshire town.
Yeah.
East Riding of Yorkshire.
Aye,
That's right, yeah.
That's
yeah?
it.
Have I got that right?
Yeah, you have.
So that's where you met?
Yeah.
Is that where you're from?
Yeah, I'm originally from Leeds.
Yeah.
So I can hear a twang in your accents.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're Yorkshire.
Yeah?
Proper Yorkshire.
Yeah. So I've heard one of the sort of messages Southpaw sent me was the first licensed female tattoo artists in our glorious town of Darlington.
Darlington, yeah.
Is that a fact, is it?
It's a fact, yeah.
Because I'm sure when I first heard it, I was like, I'm sure I've seen tattoo artists before these were around that were females. Is that just because they weren't licensed?
It mustn't have been, unless the council are lying.
Maybe. Because I went to...
Sorry if there is someone out there that's a female and is the first one. But
Maybe they were like, maybe I'm mistaken. Like, to be fair, it was, Skin Deep. Mm-hmm. I got a squiggle when I was about 17. And maybe the lady was a piercer. Maybe,
or an apprentice.
or an
Don't know.
apprentice.
Yeah.
She was covered in tattoos, like, which made me... That's what I cast my mind back and thought about it, and I thought, right, oh well.
We'll have
So
to see.
you've got House of Horrors Tattoo Company, and is 86 a business?
Yes.
It is.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a studio opposite.
So is it like one person? Is yours the House of Horrors? Is yours 86? How does it work?
It's both our. It's like
Yeah, we have a private studio. We started off, we're 86s now. So it's 86 because it's number 86, Victoria Road.
Of course.
And we started off then, that was the original House of Horrors.
Right.
And then after about, 8 years
Yeah.
there? 7 or 8 years, we just wanted to expand. And the shop over the road, which was a stove shop, had been shut down for a couple of years, and we just liked the look of it. And we always thought, if we wanted to expand, we didn't want to move away from where we were.
Right.
It's business suicide to move your business. Everyone knows there's a tattoo shop on Victoria
Yeah.
Road. They might not know your name. They know there's a tattoo shop. Like, everyone knew there was a tattoo shop on North Road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They didn't always know the name of it, but they'll go, oh, that tattoo shop on North Road.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we were the tattoo shop on Victoria Road.
Right.
So we didn't want to move away from the area, but we needed somewhere bigger.
Right.
So I was like, right, why don't we just move across the road
And have both.
and have both? So because we'd been tattooing like 10 years or something like that, we wanted our own like private space. Because you're there all the time. I don't want customers like coming in constantly,
We had
in
like
and out.
me and Tara have like a big clientele, so a lot of it was returning custom, larger scale work. So we weren't at the point where we were sitting around kind of waiting for walk-ins to come in the door. We were always, when we were at work, we were busy, weren't we?
Yeah.
So we wanted that space to do our appointments from.
Right.
So,
I mean, my research has already let us down. I didn't know that you had 2 shops. So
surprise.
I'm obviously not that good. So, but, right. So did you two start tattooing before you met or when you met?
When we met.
When we met, yeah, it was just when we met. I was
You
starting
both
out.
went into it at the same time?
Yeah.
So you two first met, neither of you were tattoo artists?
No.
No.
Where did it come from then? Where did the...
How did it get started?
Yeah.
I had an apprenticeship at a studio in Driffield. I think I was just really just transitioning. I
Yeah.
was transitioning from my other occupation, which was I was a student nurse, and I was transitioning into my apprenticeship when we met. So very early doors, wasn't it?
What was your story? Did you have another job before tattooing or was it just...
I had a million jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were they?
Well, at the time, I'd just gone back to university because I'd been a prison officer, and then I'd left that, and then I thought I need some time to figure out what I want to do. So I thought I'll go do university. So I was actually in my second year when we met.
Right.
So
Prison officer.
yeah,
Now there's a job.
that's all right.
You've seen some things, man. Yeah? You weren't there, man.
Things.
Is that what it was, yeah? Was it a women's prison?
No, I would never do a woman's prison. Them bitches are psycho, aren't they?
They're off it, man.
And the
Them
men aren't?
bitches be crazy.
I don't know, man. I don't know. The women. Oh.
No,
Yeah.
women are way worse than men.
Yeah.
Way worse.
Do you know, I heard a horrible thing the other day. It's probably improper to say, but do you know what? We're all friends, right? And nobody's listening except us 3 here, so I can be honest, right? I heard somebody that who was on a podcast was talking about male and women's prisons. And they said, oh no, you want to work in the males. And they said, that's 100% where you want to work. And it wasn't the violence, because you would think in your head the men are probably going to be more dangerous because they're bigger and stronger and that. But apparently it was the smell. And apparently,
really?
Yeah. So you can piece it together, ladies. Do you know what I mean? I won't go any further than that, but apparently
Jesus.
that was the reason. And apparently it's quite a shocking...
Really?
Yeah,
I wouldn't
really.
think that, would you?
Women
Like,
are disgusting though. They're absolutely vile.
Yeah.
Like you get dirty protests in prison. So dirty protests, they'll smear shit all over the walls and themselves and stuff. It's lovely.
You seen one of them?
No, thank God. I saw someone like collecting their feces in like
Right.
a jar to do it though. Like,
Listen, we all need a hobby,
Yeah.
you know?
He was doing it for a while because they've got a toilet. Because I worked in maximum security, everyone had their own cells. So
Right.
they're too dangerous to like bunk up. Like, so you have your own cell, you've got your own toilet in there, and yeah, so he was just like saving them up in a jar. So you knew what he was gonna do, but we managed to get him out before it went that far.
Which prison did you work in?
In Full Sutton.
Right, because my sister, not long ago, my little sister was a prison officer, and she did like a year's stint as part of a university degree. And Mum was terrified, like she's quite a little girl, she's a pretty girl, and like we were all worried. She went into a male prison as well, but actually she developed this rapport with all of the male prisoners to the point where like they sort of had her back.
Yeah,
If anything
yeah,
went
it's
down,
awesome.
like she was sort of covered. It's a bit of a strange dynamic because we weren't expecting that.
No, they're like that if you work on like say a main wing prisoner. But unfortunately, I worked on a VP wing, which is vulnerable prisoners. So it's all your nonces, all your paedophiles, all your rapists, all the worst of the worst.
Right.
All your big names and stuff like that, they're all on VP wings to protect them.
What's VP mean?
A vulnerable prisoner.
Right, vulnerable prisoner. Right,
Yeah, so I
okay.
worked with them.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the nature of that, I suppose, that they're fearing for their lives, I suppose, you know, so they're probably grateful to be in that wing, are they?
Yeah. But they're all chilled out as well, like, because they've all got to accept. I think that's the difference between men and women, right? So the men have to accept that they're all there, yeah? And they've got to, like, coexist. So you're going to get some alphas, yeah? And then the guys are all just going to fall into line.
Right.
bitches ain't like that.
No.
Right? They all want a piece of the pie. You know what I mean? So
Chaos.
so they are disgusting. Like I was saying with the dirty protest, I was going to say with the women, they'd smear their period blood all over the walls. Stuff like that.
Oh,
You know.
It's just gross.
Artistic.
They'd save up their, like, you know, use sanitary towels and stuff like that and all sorts of things because they become, like, it's in the wild. Like they always say the female of the species is more deadly than the male. So it's the same like with dogs. Bitches they'll fight to the death rather than a dog will back down once it's,
Yeah.
you know, it's lost, but a
See that in,
female
like,
dog wouldn't.
Like on your David Attenboroughs and stuff, you know, like the lionesses. You don't want to
Yeah.
mess with them lionesses. Yeah, the males, obviously, they're forced to be reckoned with, but when them females, you know, when they all turn, they go as a pack, you know, and they rip the male's
Yeah.
head off, you know. So, yeah, good poem, The Female of the Species, yeah, I remember. When I was young, I never really got it. I think my mum told me about that poem, you know, like, or read it to me or something when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, I think the female of the species, no, men are big and stronger, and it isn't until you get old, you're like, oh, yeah. So of course you are.
Yeah.
Of course you are. Yeah, it makes sense. Stop. Hold up. Before we carry on, just a quick word from our sponsor. Do you have a business? Thinking about starting one? Dash, the bespoke web design and branding experts. When you have a business that needs a professional online presence, when your current website is starting to look a little outdated and tired, when you have an idea and want to see it brought to life online, that's where Dash can help. Dash create bespoke websites built around your business and its requirements, from exceptional e-commerce stores to sell your products online, to beautiful brochures showcasing who you are and what you do. The team at Dash will become an extension of your business. You'll be assigned a dedicated team who will help guide and advise from the initial design brief all the way to the website launch. Not only that, Dash provide full aftercare to carry out any changes, alterations or updates quickly and efficiently. It's like having your very own personal web development team 365 days a year. Dash understands that in today's world, the right online image, exposure and representation is the key to success. Book in a free, no obligation consultation with one of their experts today to see how Dash can make your online vision an online reality. Just visit www.dashmedia.co.uk or search Dash Media on Google to find out more. Dash, the bespoke website and branding experts. Right, okay, so yous have met, right? Mm-hmm. Yous are going to now be tattoo artists, right? So you were doing an apprenticeship.
Yeah.
And how did you start it then?
Well, I wasn't actually going to tattoo until we got the shop. So then we got the shop because I was just going to run it, wasn't I?
Yeah, we hadn't really
We hadn't really thought of it. We'd put everything in it. We had no money, no nothing. And then which we can go into a bit more when we get to it. Basically, I started tattooing just about a day after we opened.
Yeah.
I thought, we're going to need someone else here.
Right.
And so I just did it.
That's really weird. So like, okay, if you had a warehouse, right? I get it. Okay, I'm not going to lift the boxes. You're going to lift the boxes, right? Okay. But then it gets really busy. I'm going to lift some boxes. Makes sense. You can do it.
Yeah.
It's not really a trained thing. But like, you weren't going to be a tattoo artist, and you've just all of a sudden said, right, pass me the ink pen. And you just jumped on it. Like,
It's kind of what apprentices do anyway in our trade. Like you'll learn on skins and stuff like that, like almost like practice runs.
Right.
But you never really learn until you tattoo a human. Do you know what I mean?
so skins, I was just going to ask that. So there is such a thing as like a practice skin?
Yeah, they're just like, I mean, when we were learning, it was you just got pig skin from the butchers, which is gross.
Oh, right. I thought you meant like bodies, you know? No.
No.
It's not bodies,
No, cadavers.
No.
Where'd you get them from?
Get to the morgue.
Just dead pigs. Just dead pigs.
Just dead pigs.
But like now there's synthetic skins, which are a lot more hygienic and a lot more pleasant.
Does it feel like skin?
No.
Nah.
It feels gross. What does it feel? It just feels like rubber, doesn't it?
It's rubber, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, like a silicone rubber type thing.
Yeah.
Do you just order them and... I mean, you just won't need to practice now,
Yeah,
though, right?
No.
No.
Nah.
All right, so this was gonna be further down, but I'm curious now it's come up. Have you ever butchered anybody? Like proper messed up on somebody's actual skin?
Not
No.
butchered. I think part of being a tattoo artist is we're not robots, we're humans. There's human error.
Of course.
But it's about when those rare occasions happen that you know how to correct them,
Right.
so that no one even knows they've happened. Do you know what I mean?
Not even the person that's
Not
getting
even
done.
no one else but you.
Right.
If you're good enough.
If you're good enough, yeah. Doesn't happen often.
No.
But do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's completely out of your control. Sometimes customers move very sharply and unexpectedly. And in that situation, I mean, what the fuck do you expect us to do? Do you know what I mean? If they just jump up like out of nowhere.
Of course. Well, it hurts as well, right? I mean, it's,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know, that's a thing I was... have you ever heard, like people have different pain thresholds? Like, is that a real thing? Like,
Yeah.
because I like to think I have a bad pain threshold.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we have well, it's not even a theory, it's a scientific fact. That
Really is.
Gingers
Crazy.
can we tolerate more pain or something?
I don't know what it is. Maybe we can tolerate more and more sensitive.
I think we're like more
Very
sensitive, but we
sensitive.
actually can tolerate more pain.
Is that a thing?
It is, and you need more
More
anesthetic
anaesthetic and
as
shit.
well to knock us out. And that's actually happened to me when I was younger. Actually,
No way.
I remember being on the table and counting back down from 10, and he's like the surgeon saying like, "She's not gone. She's not gone."
No way.
And thinking like, "Fuck!" And
Hey.
then I woke up like after.
It's a good job you noticed, you know?
I know that's my worst fucking nightmare. That
I know,
being awake
yeah.
on the table.
Only
But
three
yeah, it's a
quarters done.
scientific fact. It is actually. There's studies on it and everything. Yeah.
Didn't know that. Yeah. So okay. So I was going to ask because I did a bit of sort of sniping or snooping through your Instagrams, and it's clear you have different styles,
Yeah.
right? So how would you each describe your styles? Like what am I looking at?
Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? That?
It's pretty, isn't it?
It's a
Yeah.
good tattoo. That yeah.
You do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you were. I was going to say Southpaw. You've got someone else's work on there. Just the way you said it. Like, oh, that's nice. Like,
What it is now I only do tattoos that I like. So when
Right.
I see the tattoos now, I really like them.
okay,
So when I look at them, sometimes it's not even like I've done it. I can look at it now and think, oh, it looks really cool.
right.
Do you know what I mean?
So this is a blackout.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I've learned that word through. Yeah. So if you were to say, like, in a sentence or a couple of sentences, what your speciality is, what is it? Like your style of tattooing? Or have you not got one?
No, it's just like geometric and blackout.
Geometric?
Yeah.
No patterns?
Like patterns, but it's all like tribal.
Right,
I would say it's tribal. I would say this whole blackout and this whole geometric thing
right.
is all just a form of tribal.
So, like, old Maoris and stuff like
Yeah,
this?
it's just like that. It's just filling the body and going with the body. So you use the body and it flows with the body.
Okay.
But it's just patterns and shapes and colour, and the colour's black. But you know what I mean? That's all it is.
Yeah.
So I see it's just shapes and patterns.
So when clients are coming in, are they... Because this doesn't look like the type of pattern that a client would come in with and say, I want that. This looks like your creation. to
Yeah,
me.
they normally just come in and like say, just do whatever you want.
Right, okay. So you just
So just
decide,
yeah.
you just look at the job, I guess.
Yeah, and just decide
think,
what.
right, that's what's going to look right here. And just go with it.
Yeah, that's it.
You must find that quite satisfying because even just to look at how symmetrical it all is, it's
Really
just
pretty.
Yeah, it's just great to look at.
I've never seen it that big and like it's massive, innit?
do you when you're doing it, are you like? Because when I was younger, I used to do the sort of whole pattern thing and geometrical side of things, and I just looking at that, I'd really enjoy drawing that.
Yeah, it's like a lot of people won't do it, or if they do it, they just don't do it as like, I don't know, take as much care. Like every single one of them's a dot. There's not a line in there, so every single thing in there is just dots. So there'll literally be millions of dots in that.
No
So,
way.
yeah.
Yeah, when I look close, yeah.
So it's all just little dots to make. You just do different.
What?
And
How
this-
long does something like that take?
Fucking long time, man.
I think that took like because it goes all the way around on the other side as well, and all the way up the knee. And I think I did about four sessions on there.
4 day sessions?
4 day sessions, and then all that side as well.
Wow. Wow. And it's all dots.
Yeah.
So literally, as you're going, you just...
Just starting over and over again. Yeah.
Wow. How do you say focused?
That's the thing, like, when we go back to me learning to tattoo and me just being able to pick up the machine and
Yeah.
do it, is because it's the way my mind works. It's a bit odd. It just does stuff. I can tell, like, just like,
Yes.
it's really hard to explain, but I can just do things.
Right.
Because if I go, right, so if I've got a tattoo machine and I've got to follow that line, then why wouldn't I be able to follow that line? What's going to stop you from following that line? Nothing, because it's just a line.
She's
So you
got that little bit missing in her brain where like the rest of us panic. she
So
does
I
it.
can just do it. So I'll just put in that line. So when I'm looking at all these dots and stuff like that, and I'm doing them, I'm just like, yeah, I can just do them for hours. And the same with the blackout, I can just do like blackout for hours and hours on end, and it doesn't bore me
Wow.
because I can just focus on it and just do it.
Wow.
But it's a brain that other people necessarily wouldn't have.
I look at her stencils before she starts tattooing, and they give me anxiety.
What do you mean?
Like, I just don't know why you'd get enjoyment out of tattooing something like that. Like, it's just too busy for my brain. And you see it, and I mean, when you see it as a stencil, it is terrifying. Because don't forget, stencils aren't permanent. They wipe away. And everything's so precise that she does. You can't just get a pen and draw it on when it's all geometric like that.
No.
And everyone in the studio says the same thing, don't they?
Yeah.
They look at her stencils and they're like, fuck.
You know what it looks like to me? When I seen it last night when I looked, I thought like, this looks like there's some like nootropic influence going on. That like, are you like banging the mushrooms or something? Do you know what I mean? Like, are you
does look
like
trippy, doesn't
Are you
it?
tripping balls? Like, is that what it is?
No, I think my...
'Cause I used to know a guy years ago. Oh, you won't mind me saying his name. His name was Derek. He was a great drawer, right? He used to draw stuff, but he would stay up all night and he'd be on FET. That was his thing. Have you ever heard of FET before?
Yeah.
Massive fan of FET. And Derek's favourite pastime would be to take a lot of FET and stay up all night drawing patterns and stuff. And literally, you could go to bed and call for him the next day at 10 a.m. and he's still going.
Jesus.
You know, he's gone through 60 fags, you know, 3 bottles of White Star, but he's still drawing off his pickle.
Well, she can do that with no drugs.
I know, yeah.
No, seriously.
But you do it
She's
with...
up all
Yeah,
night.
because I only sleep 4 hours a night. I only ever have... It's like 4 hours a night.
You're tired?
Sometimes 5.
Right.
But no, I slept a bit longer the other day, didn't I? And I like got up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and I was just up.
And she was
and I
just like, oh, for God's sake, I never want that much sleep again.
I've had enough sleep.
Sounds like you have a real active mind.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
nice way to put it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, piecing that together, like these patterns and things, these geometrics, are you seeing them like online? Are you seeing them somewhere and thinking, I'm going to do that?
Well, the thing is, I don't go online a lot. But when I do, I'll have seen something and they're just in your head then. So you can focus on that. So if you're say on Instagram, then you just want to follow people who do similar sort of things. But you want to follow the people who are the best at doing those as well. So if you do go on there, you're only ever going to see the best of the style of tattooing that you do. Wow. So then you can just look at it and it just like, it stores up in your brain, doesn't it? So then when I come to create it, it's just, there might have been there just ideas that I might have seen before or something that I come up with. Right. But no thought's an original thought anyway. Really.
I guess not, no. I guess not.
So, because they're already put in there. So I can come up, but what I do is like every single person I tattoo, every single one has a different mandala.
What's a mandala?
This, the pattern there, the round one, the pattern.
Okay.
So every single person I tattoo has a different one of them.
What, every single one?
Every single person.
No
has a
two are the
different
same?
one. No.
Wow,
never.
how many people have you tattooed, do you think?
Thousands.
And no two people have the same...
No.
What's it called, a mandala?
A mandala, yeah.
A mandala. Wow. Yeah, that's some impressive stuff. Sounds like you've got a real creative and active, possibly overactive mind. For,
it is a bit of it, isn't it?
can you imagine
just a
yourself
tad.
doing 4 hours sleep? Imagine this, you've done 4 hours sleep, right? It's Friday, you've had 4 hours sleep for 4 days on the belt, right? And you're sitting for a day giving it off something you've seen in your head. Wow.
Yeah,
I wish I had your mind.
Yeah, that's crazy. Why do you think that sleep thing is for you? Has that just always been the case?
Yeah,
or?
I'm just a short sleeper.
No way.
Some people just are, apparently.
Is it? Oh, it's a real
But
thing.
it's like been my entire life.
Always.
Always, yeah.
Right.
It's always been about the same.
Kind of sounds like a superpower. Like the rest of us have to
Super.
sleep for 7 hours.
I know, but then I have to fill it with other things. So if I get home from work, so after that 4 hours sleep and I've done my day sitting, I'll go home and I'll do some DIY.
Right.
And all for hours
Yeah.
and hours.
Yeah.
And then after Gemma goes to bed, I'll do some more. I'll go to the gym.
Yeah, I hear the front door go at like 4 a.m. And she's
Wow.
at
I'll
the
go
gym.
to the gym at the best time's like 1:30 in the morning
For the gym.
for the gym.
What gym are you going to?
JD.
Is it 20? Is it late? 24
yeah, 24
hours?
hours, yeah.
Wow. But there's nobody in, right?
Nobody.
It's your gym.
Sometimes I freak myself out a little bit. We watched a horror film, didn't we? We watched a horror film just before I went. And I forgot all about that. We just watched this horror film because it had been like 2 hours earlier. So obviously I'd forgotten about it already. And then I was at the gym and there was good people there, and then they'd left. And I thought, oh, I'm going to be cool. I'm going to make a video. So I got my phone and I just wanted to like make the video of the gym. So as I'm walking around it, and I'm looking through my camera, I started thinking to myself, oh my God, right, I came up to this corner and thought, what happens if someone just like popped out now to do my camera? That's all I thought about. And then I thought, fuck. And then I really scared myself. And I put my phone down and I went to go sit on the crunching machine and I put my headphones on and I was just about to, and I was like, no, fuck this. And I just had to leave because it was just all in my mind then, the whole horror film, everything, it just came back. So I had to leave.
Yeah.
It's because I freaked myself out.
Yeah. I've done a similar thing once in a gym back in the day, going there like dead late at night, you know, one of them, and there was a power cut, you know.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, power cut, and, you know, trying to, you know, I'm not scared, you know, I'm thinking I'm nearly finished, I'll use my phone light, you know what I mean? But nah, mirrors, dark, phone light, no. Yeah, I don't mind telling you, I'll you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried not to look in the mirrors.
No, mirrors are bad, aren't they? Yeah, they're scary. Yeah. Great, so that's where that's coming from. Mm-hmm. Your style's very different, Gemma. What is your style?
It's just black and grey with a realistic edge, I'd say. My favourite style to tattoo within black and grey is Chicano, which is what you're seeing there.
So what am I looking at? You mean the characters? Is that
Chicano? Yeah, it's in terms of tattooing, it's like it originated in prisons in Los Angeles, Texas. The Chicanos, a lot of them were gang members. They spent their time kind of drawing behind bars and tattooing. And a lot of the art that they do is like representative of their culture and their struggles and stuff like that. So that's where it started. It started in prisons, and obviously it's made its way to street shops and mainstream tattooing now. And
right,
yeah,
Chicano.
Yeah, but
right, yeah. Some of you. I mean, I've seen not just your tattoos. You've done some. You draw as well, right? You do,
yeah.
Is it like you commission them, right?
I did a little bit in lockdown, yeah.
Right.
But I don't really do it too often.
Oh yeah, that's the picture I saw.
Yeah.
You drew that by hand?
Yeah, with those pencils.
With those pencils?
With those very pencils just there.
How long did that take?
Oh, not too long, you know. With me, like, especially with drawing, I like to draw a section and then have a break.
Right.
And come back to it.
Can I ask, question to you both? You're evidently very good at, drawing stuff, right? Whether it be patterns and blackouts, or whether it be Tyson's. When you before all of this, when you were little kiddie winks, were you good at drawing? Surely you must have been.
Not really. I took art in GCSE, but I just used it to fuck around, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I just didn't like it. I didn't like the curriculum, I guess. I just didn't like what they were telling us to do. It wasn't what I wanted to do. It wasn't, do you know what I mean? I think at one point they were getting us to use different textures to paint with fucking sponges and potatoes and stuff, and I was like, I don't fucking want to do this. Do you know what I mean? Come on. So
What, fucking 16?
I fucking swear down. He was like, stop drawing that, we're working on textures. Yeah. Swear down.
You're doing footprints as well.
Fucking, that is what art GCSE was like, man. Fucking what?
Gemma, age 16.
Oh, God. Imagine.
I swear it was. And I was just like, nah, not for me.
Well, you've come a long way, haven't you, clearly?
Yeah.
Thank you, I tried.
Yeah, you overcame that, Okay, we're on this story, right? We've got Driffield, we got Meat, House of Horrors has started, right? Yeah. Okay. I don't need to ask because I know there will have been, so tell us what were the difficult things at the beginning that you were faced with, if any? Or was he just perfect straight away?
Nah, man.
Oh, fuck no. For one, we didn't know anyone in Darlington. We just went on Rightmove one day and was like, preferably we want to find a shop with a flat above it to keep costs down. And the first one that came up on Rightmove, I don't even think we set a perimeter or anything.
No, we set 100 miles.
Or 100 mile location.
100 miles and just said,
from where we were.
We didn't want to go to a city. We had just a couple of things where we didn't want to go to a city. We wanted a town, but we didn't want to be in a town centre, did we?
I can't remember, you know. There wasn't many things.
Yeah, and it just ticked all the boxes.
It came up the flat and the studio underneath. Well, it wasn't a studio, it was just a bare shop. And we were like, right, Darlington.
So that was my next question. Why Darlington? It was literally just...
Yeah, just the shop.
Just potluck, yeah.
Huh. Never. Of all the I would have thought from where you would have headed for the city.
I mean, one of the closest cities to us was Hull, and it was there was already about 50 tattoo shops there.
Was there?
Yeah.
So had you done a bit of research into how many tattoo shops were in Darlington?
Yeah, there was only one at the time.
Really?
Yeah, it was Skin Deep at the time.
And that was the only tattoo shop?
That was the only one, yeah.
How many are there now? A few more?
Too many.
Yeah.
There's loads.
There's loads now.
There's probably
like
one
20,
opening
30.
today, I don't know, like every
yeah.
time. I don't really keep up to date with them. Mostly like my customers, they'll just say, oh, there's another tattoo shop opened. I'm like, all right. There's loads.
Right.
But when we opened it, we had nothing. When we moved there, we literally had no money whatsoever. Like we had, because this shop hadn't been used for a while. We had like 2 months free rent, didn't we? But we had to still have to pay like rent up front. But we had like 2 months. So in that 2 months, we had to get all the shop ready and everything, you know, and move. So basically, we just got our stuff and went, and we hired a van. And we went.
Yeah.
When we actually went up with your dad the last day, so we'd been up with a van and come back, and we just had like our personal stuff and the dogs to take up on the last day.
Right.
And Gemma's dad,
came and got us and just
gave us a lift in. There wasn't enough room in the car for the dog bed, so we had to leave them side up road.
So we left them at the side of the road, yeah.
No way.
We were like,
Not
well,
the dogs,
not the
just the
dogs.
beds.
I'm going to say the
Yeah,
dogs.
they wouldn't fit into. We were like, oh fuck it, we'll just leave it here.
Leave her here. And then we went up. We didn't have a bed, did we? Didn't have a sofa.
No.
We had nothing. We
Yeah.
sat on the floor for drawing on the floor. Paper on the floor. Just fucking not tramps, man. Just fucking on the floor.
I've seen your dogs. Yeah. You've got
Yeah.
3, right?
3 dogs, yeah.
Yeah. And when I see it, like, you've got a Rottweiler, right?
Yes.
I was trying to guess its name, right? So I couldn't see the name, and I was thinking, like, he looks like a Bruce.
He does look like a Bruce, but he's not a Bruce. He is called October, Tober for short.
So I was never getting that then.
Nah.
Right.
Nah, it's a unique name.
Okay. I feel like there's a reason behind that name.
Yeah, we got him for our anniversary, and we got married on Halloween, so...
Of course you did. Name like horrors. Of course
Yeah.
you did. Yeah. Makes perfect sense.
In Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, yeah, we got married.
You got married in LA?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why LA? Just
Just wanted to go. We just eloped, didn't we, really?
Yeah.
Just went and got married in a little... it was almost like the equivalent of a registry office, I guess. It was
Yeah.
a little less like criminal vibes, I guess.
please tell me the English thing is called Bullseye.
No, she's called Brody after Brody Dahl from the Distillers.
Oh. She looks like a bullseye.
She does, yeah, she does. Everyone says that.
Like she even got the black thing over her eye.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, we got there we go. The House of Horrors was born. Right? Was it initially called the House of Horrors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we came up with the name straight away. We didn't even toy between.
No.
No. So you were obviously you were initially here. Did you have clients or not?
No, we didn't.
Because people
Nobody.
weren't driving all that way for a tattoo,
No,
right?
we didn't know anybody
Right.
at all. Or
So-
a client.
Was it just a case of open shop, stick
Yeah.
open on the door, and see who walks in?
Yeah.
We had 14, no, was it 10 days?
It wasn't
We'd
long, was it?
run out of money, so we didn't have anything. And we needed internet for the shop, obviously. So we joined Sky, and at the time, Sky was giving out £50 vouchers for M&S.
Food vouchers, wasn't it?
Do you know, like, it's just a normal voucher.
I
innit?
thought it was food
50
vouchers.
No, it's just, it's all it sold, really.
It was 100.
So we got that, and then we spent that on food and dog food for the next week because we didn't have no money left. And we had 10 days to make our first month's rent.
Right.
So it was coming up. So we literally opened the door. I hadn't tattooed yet. I didn't know how to tattoo. Gemma had...
I was very green. I could tattoo, but I was very green.
Yeah. And then we opened the door and had, like I said, 10 days. And it's been like 13 years and we haven't missed one rent payment, obviously. And we've bought the shop over the road, so we bought the building over the road.
Yeah, so we are now.
We still haven't
commercial
missed one.
property now.
So we just opened it up and fake it till you make it.
Yeah, I said that. I bet that was squeaky bum time, like.
Yeah,
you
I mean,
know.
it was hard. We gave up everything, didn't we, really?
Yeah.
We didn't have another choice. What choice do you have to make it when you've given up everything?
Yeah, but I mean, I suppose you still have a choice because you were both working, right? You were trained to be a nurse, you were in the
Yeah.
prison, so you had a choice, and you took this
just give it
leap.
up, yeah.
Yeah.
You must have had a strong feeling, you know, or was it literally just
You
now
just
see
got
what
to
happens?
do it, haven't
Just
you?
got, I
Just-
mean, I
if
was
you got
very
no choice.
impulsive as well.
Yeah.
I've
Because Gemma
calmed
was
down
a bit
a lot
younger
now.
than me.
Yeah, I was very impulsive.
Quite an impulsive.
Yeah, and I was
soul.
just like, there wasn't really anything I didn't believe I could do, really.
Have you just like always had that business mindset then, or any sort of business knowledge, or you just
Oh, I
come?
have.
Tara's always been quite you have, haven't you? But to be fair though, you have learned the majority of it from doing this.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
but she's got like that sort of brain.
Yeah. What of you know, like the competition, let's call it, other tattoo shops. Is it in your industry? Are they supportive? Are they helpful, or is it quite turf war-y?
It depends who it is, to be fair, doesn't it? It
Yeah.
depends. You get they're all different.
Right.
Some are, some aren't. But we don't really get engaged in it, do we? To be honest,
No.
if we're pally with them, we're pally. But like,
I think the old school ones would be a bit more like turf warish, but they're all right. But then you get the new ones, and they're all just like fucking fannies, aren't they? Do you know what I
they're a
mean?
bit soft, like.
fucking hell.
Are they?
yeah,
Yeah.
Would you say it's a male-dominated industry?
Yeah.
yes,
Definitely.
Yeah, there are a lot more females in it now, but it's still very much a boys' club, I think.
Has there been any like, I don't know, like scoffing because you are lady tattoo artists?
In the start, there was, wasn't they? The world's changed a bit more now, but in the start, you used to get a lot of people like coming in and like asking if you could do something.
Yeah,
Which you wouldn't
the
ask
clients,
a guy.
Yeah,
They'd say like, I don't know, say they wanted a cross. They'd be like, have you ever done a cross before? And I'd be like, no, but I'm sure I can do one.
one guy brought
like-
a picture of my own tattoo that I'd done that was on my Instagram, and he brought it to me and he was like, "Can you do this?" And I was like, "Well, I did do that."
Right.
And he's like, "Yeah, but can you do this on me?" And I was like, "Well, yeah,
Used to
with
get it
slight
all the time.
variations. Yeah, it's my work. It's my fucking Instagram.
I
you know
should
what
hope
mean?
so, yeah.
Yeah, so little things like that.
Yeah, they used
I
to-
never really paid attention to it, to be honest.
Yeah,
until
they
you-
questioned you all the time from it, didn't they?
Yeah, there are certain things that happen where you're like, they fucking wouldn't say that to a guy, like at all.
No.
But you just kind of get on with it, don't you?
Have you had any strange requests for tattoos? Like somebody coming in and saying like, I want a spider's web on my bumhole or something?
No.
No?
Not that. I don't know. Strange.
If someone came in and asked for it, would you do it?
No.
No, God knows fuck me. Nah.
So that's a no, Southpaw?
Yeah.
So,
I'm a bit
sorry, mate.
I'm a bit
you
gutted
asked me to
there.
ask.
Like,
We don't do any genitalia whatsoever, do we?
No.
Not whatsoever.
Not
Nah.
whatsoever. There's not enough money you can throw at me for me to do that.
Gross.
Who wants
Yeah.
to do that, really?
Some
I know
people-
lads like to do it for a laugh. You know, some male tattooers like to do it for a laugh, don't they? They tattoo each other's knobs and stuff. But
Yeah.
have you
Whatever
both
floats your boat.
tattooed each other quite a bit over the years?
yeah. In the style that, like, obviously Tara's done a lot of blackout on me. And I've done a lot of black and grey on her.
You know, like cover-ups and stuff. Yeah. You get a cover-up. Like, okay, let's say I got a tattoo, right? Let's say I want it covered up. And I want it covered up. And finally I get to the stage of a blackout, right? What happens if I get sick of the blackout?
You don't
Fuck
fix it
that,
for
yeah.
blackout.
Yeah, it's simple as that. You're
Yeah,
having
well,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I wondered. Like, is there like a trick that I'm missing here? No, that's
No,
just
that's
the end
it.
of the line.
This is
Yeah.
it. Once you go black, you can't go back.
No.
You-
Do you think?
Sorry, you know what I've always wondered with, like, you know, tattoo fixers and that sort of show. I'm sure you've both seen it being in that industry. You know, the cover-ups that you guys have to do probably fairly regularly. They always seem to be massive compared to the original tattoo. Like,
Yeah.
is there not a way that you could just cover it up and keep it small, or does it
Yeah,
all?
just black it out. And
Yeah, if you black
the
it out,
size
you
of it.
can. But like, if you want something with a
Fucking
little
square.
bit more to it, you do have to go a lot larger.
Yeah,
do you
you
know
have-
what I mean? Because you've got
yeah.
to disguise it quite well.
Right.
You got to draw your eye away from it.
You've got to take your
put it
eye away
somewhere.
from it, so you've got to
Somewhere
put
dark.
it somewhere.
Right.
And you know, like Tara said, you can black out something.
Yeah, I've done like, do you know what? I've done like cover-ups for years and years, and nothing covers up like blackout.
No.
Like
Yeah,
that's
because
it.
it's black- it's the darkest-
because it's blackout.
it's the darkest
So
you
it's
can do.
like sometimes it's like I got sick of being, because I'm really picky with stuff. I disguised it as much as I could, and a lot of people wouldn't be able to see them, but I would still be able to see a little bit of it, and it drove me insane.
Like through the blackout.
Well, no, through the, if you did a different design.
Like just a general
Yeah,
cover.
Right,
just
I
a
get
general
you.
cover up,
Yeah,
and
I
you could
get you.
still like see where it was, and it'd look a bit muddy. Like you'd have a really nice design, then you'd have a darker patch in it or something like that. And you know, when you watch tattoo fixers and things like that, if you actually see the tattoos once they're healed, they don't look like what they look on the show. You'll see all the, you can't colour over black. Yeah,
Right.
With
you
anything but
you
black.
can't do it.
Yeah.
Okay, you can put some opaque grey in it, which will take it, which works a little bit. White doesn't necessarily work that well. It'll come out, but you can't just put a colour over it and expect it to stay.
Right.
So it doesn't work like it worked when they show you on TV, like it's worked like that. You will see the old tattoo come
And they
through.
do pack a lot of white
And
into it
yeah.
at the time as well, which it looks good when it's fresh, when it's brand new. But
And all the colour will fade. You've seen all the old guys
Yeah.
walking around and they've all got like, you know, the blue outline they've got, but they've got no colour in it. All those tattoos were full of colour when they first got them done.
Really?
Do you know all the pin-ups and all like the eagles and stuff like that? They were all like full colour tattoos when they would have done them.
No way.
Yeah. And then over the years, the bodies broke down the ink in it. It's all been like, you know, absorbed and gel.
So that
like
does
it
happen then?
It does, yeah.
They do fade.
So, like, if you have those cover-ups will fade over time and you will just be left with the black name or whatever you had underneath it will still be there underneath.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Do you know when you tattoo somebody, it's actually going through the skin, right? Onto something else? What is it you're actually... Is it just the outer layer of skin you're tattooing?
It goes right down to the epidermis, and it just before the
it's
hair follicles, I think it is.
yeah.
Right.
And then it sits in there, and then your skin holds the ink there. And then you get the ink that's in between as well. That comes out like when you've had a tattoo. Have either of you two been tattooed?
I've had squiggles.
I haven't. I bottled a tattoo in Iron Apple with the boys, and I went for a nose ring, and it didn't look very good. So I just, all the boys were getting silly ones like McDonald's signs. One of them got a Nando's logo, and they get free Nando's all the time.
Really?
Yeah,
Just
he just goes in and says, "Look at this tattoo," and he just gets free Nando's. But no, I haven't got a tattoo. What got me into it was tattoo fixes. Like I thought, oh, this is such a cool show. But I was wondering, are they even that good? The tattoo artists on there? Do you not think? Or
I mean,
No.
I know there is some good ones. I knew you were going to say no. There is a couple of good ones on there. She's just,
No.
well, it's perfectionist.
yeah, she is. Yeah, but there's a really good black and grey artist on there.
I don't know who they are now.
Jay Hutton's really good.
He's better now than he was.
Yeah, but he was a good tattooer. There was a couple on there that weren't great. Put it that way.
Right.
See, I always look at the best, right? So you've got to, if whatever you want to do in your life, you've got to look at the best, and that's what you're going to aim for. So if you're working as good as theirs, then you need to try harder. That's what I think. You need to try harder. And the only reason that somebody else's work is better than yours is because they've tried harder and because they've put more time into it. And there shouldn't be any reason why you're not as good as that. And that's why I always look at it. I don't think anyone else has got the ability to do something necessarily that someone else can if they try hard enough to do it.
Do you know what? Like the counter argument to that would be that some people are just good at drawing. You know what I mean?
I don't think they are.
I don't think they are.
Don't you?
Nah.
Like, I'm not good at drawing. And
Yes,
I know,
but you could be.
You could be.
Do you
Could
think?
be. Yeah, everyone's got the capability to be good at drawing.
Who?
It's just observation and knowing what to use. It's observation and equipment and practice, I think.
So with observation, equipment, practice,
practice.
Yeah.
you'll
Yeah,
get as
could
good
do
as the
it.
next man.
Yeah.
Or lady.
A little bit of
Well, you could-
mentorship
you'd
will
have
help
to-
you, obviously.
You'd have to, get there.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm convinced I could teach anyone how to draw.
Yeah, I mean, it is a world apart, isn't it, from drawing on a piece of paper to tattooing somebody.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you can rub out a piece of paper, you know.
And
But like you
blackouts,
say,
yeah.
there's tactics, isn't there, to
Yeah.
cover up and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, with tattoos, is I've always wondered this: is there any dangers with it? Can you get poisoned or something? None whatsoever.
Well, when it comes to aftercare and stuff like that, I mean, if you're going to get a tattoo and then go roll around in bin juice, you might end up with sepsis.
My life, don't I?
Do you know, it's true though, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, bin juice,
but I was just thinking of the grossest thing you could roll around in.
rough bin juice, like, isn't it?
So fucking saying it, I'm fucking sick.
But like in terms of like the actual procedure, you'd hope that the artist you were going to was hygienic. I mean, the environmental health, they license you to tattoo and they come and check. Well, I would say periodically, but they don't check periodically. They check when you open that you
You got
doing
some hot
everything
water.
you should. You've got some fucking hot water. It's not great. It could be a lot tighter. The restrictions. It's quite worrying, to be honest.
As tattoo artist, I'm good. This is just personal interest. It just came in my head. What do the tears mean? You know, when you see like the hip hop stars and they have like tattoo tears, what does that mean?
I mean, it can mean a few things. It can mean sorrow. It can mean life taken, I guess. I guess it depends on who it's on.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
That you popped a cap in someone's ass.
yeah.
Is that what it is?
If you see someone in Darlington with a tear on their eye, they've probably not popped a cap in someone's eye.
No. Is there people in Darlington with tattoo tears?
I don't know. I won't fucking put it past them.
And what does like people? Not pigeons. What are they?
Swallows.
Swallows. That's it.
Yeah.
I thought a couple of pigeons. It's not pigeons, is it? It's a swallow. Yeah, close, all right.
Yeah. Practically.
Yeah. Same thing. We're still birds.
Feed
Isn't
the
it?
birds.
A bird's a bird. What do the swallows mean then?
It's for sailors, isn't it?
Yeah,
They're
it
more
was,
like We're tattooing starting like in with sailors. Well, tattooing didn't start with sailors, but traditional American tattoos started and how they are now and evolving came from sailors. Original tattoos are thousands of years old.
Yeah, we're talking tribesmen, right?
Yeah. The English actually were very tattooed. There's I can't remember who it was that came when they came over to England. I don't know if it was the Romans or before that, but they actually described the English people as like weird blue men or something because they were so covered in tattoos that they actually looked.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird blue
like they
men.
were just like
Smurfs.
this is like because every culture you have has tattoos. And even cultures that never met each other had tattoos. You've got Mayans and all the Pacific Islands, and then you've got them in Japan, and even in like the Vikings, and the northern Europe and stuff. So everywhere,
I didn't
all
know.
over the world, they've had tattoos.
Huh.
But it's without them all connecting, because some people would never be. You'd never got. So if you'd not gone over to the Americas until like 1600s or something, right? So you've never gone over there, but they're tattooing each other, and the Pacific Islands are tattooing, and Japan's tattooing, and the Norsemen are tattooing. They've all got tattoos, but none of them have ever met each other. So for some reason, all these people have decided, let's tattoo, have a party.
Well, I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist. I actually think that, you said there's all these cultures around the world, right? They've never met because we haven't crossed oceans, right? Mm-hmm. So how are they all doing the same thing? Well, I actually think stuff's happened a long time ago. And I think it wasn't as we were taught. I think there was a more advanced civilization than us once. And I think some shit's gone down, right? Whatever, I don't know, an ice age or whatever. But I think that's how that was, because it's too much of a coincidence for people to be all over the world and all know how to tattoo. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's a good idea, but everybody wouldn't have the same good idea. Do you know what I mean? But there were pretty much everywhere in the world people were getting tattoos. So it has to have come from somewhere, right? Or am I talking out my ass?
I don't know.
Well, I didn't know that. I was never taught at school that English people were covered in tattoos.
Tattoos, yeah.
What was have you done the history on it? How were people, now we use these little gun things, right? Electric, right? How did people do it in the olden days?
Well, is it bamboo and stuff?
Yeah, it's sharpened bamboo.
Right.
Is it ash they use as well to make like the black?
Like loads of ash and coal and just loads of
Ash and coal and shit like that, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think, to sort of jump point, do you think, and I'm interested because you two are obviously heavily inked, do you think people can go too far with tattoos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some proper freaks out there.
I mean, yeah, it's their own fucking,
I think it's when they all do the body mod and stuff like that and scarification and stuff.
Have you seen them with the horns in their head and shit
Like that is fucking weird, isn't it?
I mean, it's beautiful.
Is it?
It's impressive then. It's very impressive.
It's aesthetically terrifying.
Yeah.
Like it's something you'd see in like a horror film, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be out of place.
You wouldn't want to see that in the gym.
Oh, no, nice.
Imagine. So short answer, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's fucking weird.
I think so. Do you know what? It's personal opinion though. Do you know what I mean? Like for me, I think it's too far, yeah. But they obviously don't, and other people won't as well. I don't know. I
mean, even like stretching your ears and shit, like, do you know what I mean? But then you got the people in Africa who are like putting like fucking plates in their mouth
in
and
their
that.
lips and shit, yeah.
It's like, I don't get it.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's that guy
Creepy.
there.
Like they're actually like fucking cutting off parts of their body and stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I don't agree with all that. That's
they're getting like bits like fucking nipples cut off,
right
bits
there.
of their ears cut off. It starts off with a tongue split, and then they're like fucking chopping their ears off and stuff. Or
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think he's gone a bit far, hasn't he?
and like fucking putting dye in their eye. But it's things like you can like put dye in your eye and stuff like tattoo your eyeballs and stuff. Like it's fucking the chance you go blind.
Oh yeah.
There's a really high chance you can go blind as well. Like it's not favourable odds at all.
Right. So you're not for eye tattoos then?
No fucking way. The eyes freak me out anyway, but no, I can't imagine anything worse than seeing a needle come
Have
across
you
my
ever
eye.
like looked into how that is done or how it's possible? Would you know that?
I think just from, just reading maybe a couple of years ago, I'm pretty sure they inject it into like the layer between the...
Make my eyes water.
I think that's what they're doing there. I'm sure they inject it like in between like some layers or something, and then it spreads out like that.
Right.
It's great for like once a year, isn't it? Halloween, but
It's good for one night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's-
One day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you be turning them jobs away then?
Yeah, I don't even know where you'd go to get your eyes tattooed. Like it wouldn't be a tattoo shop.
No. Well, I mean, it must be. You must have got it done from a tattooist, no?
There's tattooists, and then there's the other ones that do weird shit.
Have you noticed, I'm just looking at most of these people who have these all over tattoos, they have like a lot of piercings as well. Like,
Yeah.
why do they come hand in hand? Because that's a totally different thing.
Yeah, they are different.
I don't know.
But generally they do come together, right?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
I'm looking at you two.
Yeah.
You aren't actually heavily pierced.
Nah.
No,
That I'm aware
some
of.
some
Yeah, it's
my
never really
ears
been
and
a-
that's it,
yeah.
my nose.
No. I wonder why they come together.
I guess
I mean,
it's-
again, tribal stuff, right?
Yeah, it's a very
Yeah.
I mean, it's all personal preference, isn't it? He probably loves how he looks, so good on him. But each to their own, I guess. You know,
Imagine
you.
just getting fucking imagine going through airport security with that shit.
Oh God, yeah.
Just give me a second.
Do you know, like, there's some people, like, they like... I've got a friend that's kind of into it a little bit. Like, they like pain, you know? Like, they get off on pain. It gives them a rush, you know?
Yeah,
Have you
there
heard
is
of this before?
Yeah, there's weirdos like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't personally like being in pain, but
No, I
Oh,
don't.
it's fucking horrible.
Is there any, like, tattoos that you's... I won't say long to do, that, like, you like to do, that you haven't yet done?
Not really.
know.
You could, like some big pieces that you'd like to do. Like
don't think
so,
anything-
it'd be nice. Like I'm on with like a couple of like say bodysuits. I've got a few customers that I'm like doing all my geometric and blackwork stuff and things like that. And I've got a couple of customers that I'm doing like a few of the limbs, and then I'll get to their back, and they're basically like booked up one of my Saturdays for the next like year,
Right.
and then one a month for the next year, and then we'll just tattoo them, and we'll just see where it goes.
All
And
over.
stuff like that, all over. But I would like to do one that's like all one piece, that's designed. It's hard to find somebody that has like bare skin that'll just come in and just say, I want like a bodysuit from start to finish, just do it. And then there's no cover-ups, no nothing. That'd be quite cool, wouldn't
Free
it?
reign as well.
A free reign to do whatever you wanted on their entire body. That'd be pretty cool.
What do you reckon, Southpaw? Good content for the podcast.
do it.
Great content for the podcast.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, doesn't really
No.
interest me.
No,
Unfortunately,
it's a no from you, is
You,
it?
you know, you were saying earlier, Tara, about like the best and people that you always look up to the best. Who is the best for you? Because I imagine it differs for both of you with completely different styles. Who is the best and sort of why? Or is
Well,
that
you have to ask me. Yeah, ask Gemma.
all right?
Oh, don't ask me.
You see, I don't know. Right, the thing is, like, I look at them, but I just don't know. I fucking don't know people.
No.
Like, I'll
She doesn't
forget
know
their
names, so she don't go on it. Well, she'll go on
Right,
Instagram.
okay.
She'll
I
look
won't
at
even know the
photos.
names of my customers.
Yeah.
Well, I remember, right, there's a couple of people's names that I remember.
She remembers
yeah,
their full name.
But I remember, it has to be their full name. And it's normally like, right, do you know like Stan Lee when he done Marvel? Yeah. And he always named them like to begin their first and last name to begin with the same letter. So they're easier to remember, like Peter Parker.
Yeah.
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 And stuff like that. So the customers I remember, I like that. So I've got a couple that are,
Like
She
catchy
remembers
names
their
and stuff.
yeah.
So
So,
you
I
sh-
remember the first.
You should have really been a director for Marvel. That's
Should
it.
have been.
But there's not anyone that's like, oh, I love what they do. I look
There is,
up, I
come on,
look
there
up
is a
to
few.
them.
You know, so
I like what Hannah Mantra does. We'll pull him up on
Hannah
there.
Mantra.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does some. He's much more into like he does all the blackout and the. But yeah, I don't know if he finds it like spiritual or whatever, don't he? Like
yeah.
the way he does it is very like.
It's like a massive like experience type thing, doesn't
Yeah.
it? He does it over a couple of days, and like the first day he'll just draw the things on the body. I think the first day, isn't it? Like he'll
Yeah.
draw all that
Oh,
on.
gosh. Oh, wow.
I love his sort of stuff, the way it flows with the body and where it's all drawn on and stuff like that.
Yeah, his
but it
stuff
does
is
because he's good at it and he's done it for such a long time now. He gets like so I mean he's got like a whole purse, like nearly a whole body there to draw it on. So he'll get those sort of people who want to do that. So he has more creative freedom than I would.
That's a tattoo. Looks like a marker.
Yeah. Oh, the red.
Yeah.
Yeah, the red.
was.
He's drawn.
So he's drawn that on.
Just a
Right.
Sharpie.
I get it.
And
Bloody
then you
hell.
black it.
Have you seen how smooth it is though? You know what I mean? Like the smoothness to the black and like the velvety look of it. Like it's really hard to get it like saturated that well.
Yeah, that looked like a mat and like it
Yeah, it
looked
was
like a
so
suit.
nice. Yeah, it's not an easy thing to do on such a large area either.
God, how has he got that so? Whatever that word is, like you just said, velvety,
It's like velvety black, isn't
It's
it?
something to do with the what ink you use.
like high quality
and-
ink, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just your technique.
It looks like he's just gone like over in it and over again and again and again and
We
again.
generally try not to do that, do we? We don't
Yeah.
go over it. Like when so I've done Gemma's arm there. And that's normally what they look like when they're healed.
Right.
So they do look lighter,
Yeah,
but they are still solid.
solid black.
I always think that like tattoos, the ones I've got, they look blue, not black.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
fade
do-
down to that
they
like
fade down, yeah.
like it's almost like a navy blue colour, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So they will as well eventually. So it does depend on what ink you use and the technique.
Right.
So it's a very different technique to blackout. I always say that blackout is like a procedure and not a tattoo.
A procedure and not a tattoo.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you've got to really prep them for it, like because it's a lot. The healing's going to be a lot.
Of course, yeah, because it's literally, there's no, like if someone's got a word wrote on them, there's like all the space in between the
Yeah,
letters.
yeah.
It's not, but
Yeah.
that is
But
just
that's
one big,
solid. And that tattooed people, it's their entire arm in one day,
Yeah, you just
and
like
then they're not going to be able to move their arm.
you feel so bad for them when you see them walking out. You just like
like they've been through the wars,
yeah, and you just know that tomorrow they're going to wake up. It's going to be 10 times worse as well.
really.
The blackout healing, I think, is one of the worst healing I've ever had for a tattoo.
Really
I
rough, was
complained
it?
non-stop for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. I didn't sleep properly for 2 weeks either. I mean, I am a bit of a little bitch, but it is bad. It is bad.
What is it? I guess it's like a wound irritating.
It's like switched because it's all saturated. It just swells, and there's like, say for example, this like you did this in one pass. It's all the way around my arm, so there's nowhere for the swelling to kind of go, if you like.
Right.
And like my elbow was out here.
Yeah, I'd like to do that one. So that took me like an hour and a half, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's an hour and a half to do all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So I'd like to. I'd go over it again. Like even now I've changed like the way I do it. I used to like to do it all in one go, yeah, and have it all like solid, completely solid. And then you just wait until they heal and see what they're like and how people's experiences was. And then over the years I've like changed and of how I do them. So now I can do them a bit differently. Maybe like layer it up instead because people like they layered it up before, but then it looked like different colours. But the way I've done it now, it's like loads better.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right.
I won't obviously share all my secrets because that's just silly. But yeah, I've got my own techniques now to make it solid, fast, smooth, and so it heals like the velvety, matty sort of look.
It doesn't make it any less painful the next day, though.
No,
No.
it actually does, doesn't it?
It does. It
Did
does.
yours? Yeah, because I've
It does make it less painful.
Does it?
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Just do a different technique and do
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, because
I
she
changed my
doesn't do it
technique.
like full on, like
Ah.
yeah.
It's exhausting though for me as well. It's like it takes a lot out of me to be able to
Yeah.
because of how you physically do
I
it.
mean, for both of you know, all right, you're doing a little job on someone, takes an hour or two, all right, I get it. But when you are doing them like full day sit-ins, my brain just could not comprehend of how you are sitting there, both concentrating on what you're doing, also trying to engage with the client at
Yeah.
the same time, where, you know, obviously not laughing and joking and stuff, I suppose, but for the whole 8 hours, but still, you're kind of having to be in two places at the same time. You must be knackered by the
Yeah.
time you
By
get
the end
home.
of the day, it's brutal, isn't it?
Yeah, you are mentally exhausted because they just
Especially now we're getting older. I'm feeling it a lot more. Like,
Yeah.
I get home now and I'm just like, I think I've had a nap every night after work for the last 3 weeks.
Do you do anything like tactically, I guess, to like, you know, obviously you work in this quite intense job. Like, are you taking steps to be able to do that, or is it you just doing it naturally? Are you doing anything to like come down from it, or is it just all in a day's work?
Well, after you finish, like go like to just.
Well, okay, so I work in sales.
Yeah.
Right? I could get out of bed, go to work, and have a day at work. But I've found that if I get up and I train and I exercise and I go in the gym and I eat the right types of foods, I'm better at my job. I'm wondering, is there something in your world?
Oh, what, like lifestyle?
Yeah. Is there anything that you're doing?
I mean, tattoos aren't known for being super health conscious.
No.
I think, like, I have, like, a workout routine anyway, just from doing Thai boxing for so
Of
long.
course, yeah.
I just keep myself... I train at least 5 times a week anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I don't really eat that well anymore. Probably a lot better than most people, but... I don't think I do anything specific, but I do get a good night's sleep.
Right.
I can go to sleep whenever I want. I'll go to bed at 9.
At 9?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
While you're up till 4 in the morning?
Oh, I can fall
2,
asleep.
3.
If I get bored, I can just go for a nap. It's fine.
Well, I try and go to bed before 3, the witching hour. You know what I mean? You don't watch the book to 3 o'clock. It's freaky shit happens at 3 o'clock. So I try and go to bed before 3.
Yeah.
And then get up at like say 6, 7.
So nothing good happens after 1 a.m. Only sins happen after 1
Yeah.
a.m. I have never been awake after 1 and something purposeful happening.
Yeah.
It's always something I regret.
And you get your best ideas after 1.
Yeah, that's my best. When I started tattooing, I used to do all my designs and stuff at like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. I'd get it out and start doing my designs and everything.
Have you ever, I know we touched on it earlier, but like with you being so like creative and stuff, I'm not talking about like hardcore drugs, but I mean like these nootropics that you can buy in shops now, like they're completely legal, but they've got, it's like microdosing, like types of, is it psilocybin and stuff like this? These things that are like really meant to like show you all the colours and all the patterns and shit like that. Have you never thought of like dipping in and seeing what happens to see if you can come up with something? No, doesn't appeal at all.
Brains are
Already
creative
there.
enough. I don't need anything else influencing my brain right now.
I suppose. I know with the pattern jaw knocking out, can you imagine? Imagine putting that in. Jesus.
I feel like I don't know. Like I know obviously there'll be a lot of artists that do that sort of stuff, but I feel like as a professional, I probably would draw the line there when it comes to stuff like that.
But I
do you
mean,
know what I mean?
But I think for you, you've done fighting, right?
Yeah.
Because you know, lady that's been on here, Lanch, right?
Yeah.
How did you two meet?
I sparred with Lanch before her Bellator debut, but I train at the gym that she started at.
Right.
Like GBMA when she was doing her Thai boxing. So that's how I met Lanch, just through fight prep, really.
But I think with that sort of, streak to your armour, I guess, that you've got this fighting, sort of part of you. I guess you're probably anti substances.
Yeah, and I don't like being out of control at all of my mind or my body. So that'd be enough for me.
And I suppose same for you, been in the prison sort of system. To no for prison guards. I guess you're probably getting drug tested, right?
Yeah, it did, yeah.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Yeah, so no, you can see why it's not going to be your streaks.
I know some people do,
Yeah, I mean, you've
Each
heard
of their
of
own,
this.
yeah.
Yeah. It does. Does fashion change in? I know the answer is yes. I know the answer is yes because I haven't seen a bottom of the back stamp for
you're
years.
back
to
now.
see more.
Back.
Yeah,
they're back.
See more.
Yeah, they're back.
They're back.
Southpaw.
They're back.
Fantastic.
This
I'll
one
be
for you,
there
Miss
next
Smith.
week.
What, tramp stamps?
Yeah.
Tramp
I
stamps
didn't
are
want to
back.
say it in case somebody had one. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, they've all got them now.
Yeah, they started getting
And they
them
started
again.
getting them younger as well.
18-year-olds.
18, yeah.
Well, that's what age we got them in the first place. So.
Oh, was it? It's just that
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone 18 with a tramp stamp when I was younger.
You see, I still got a tattoo in the 90s. It was 1999, but I still got a tattoo in the 90s.
Right.
And then, like, my friends and stuff all got the ones at the bottoms and the back and stuff like that.
Then you used to have a tramp stamp.
No.
No.
Slag tag.
A slag tag. I remember before when I grew up in the 90s, and I remember Celtic band things.
Yeah.
Remember them?
The barbed wire.
I liked them.
I think the barbed wire looks pretty fucking cool, to be fair, around the arm.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like I've seen them all. I remember the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs, yeah.
The Bulldogs,
Yeah.
great. I mean, they've aged badly.
They have, yeah.
But the Chinese symbols and stuff, like I still think they look pretty good, to be honest.
They can. A lot of people do the Chinese symbols, the brushstrokey things, don't they? Not?
Yeah.
I think with the Chinese symbols, like it could be anything, couldn't it?
Yeah.
But let's be honest. You don't know what that says, brother.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
Do you know when they first started doing the Chinese symbols?
No.
For the sailors, when they used to like go to port and
Right.
they used to like, the different woman in every port type thing.
Right.
But they've also got their missus back home. They wanted to get their name So they used to get it in the Chinese symbol. So when they went back home, they wouldn't know what it said.
Is that real?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No way. Huh. What do you think's like the best historic tattoo? What do you think's the best one that's been and gone? I'm going with it. I like the Celtic bands.
Oh, like the styles.
Yeah.
That's so hard, isn't it?
So hard. Do they have to have been and gone? Can they still be going?
They can still be going.
I really like the Japanese style still.
I still like Chicano. I think it's the coolest fucking style there is.
And Chicano's the one from the prisons in sort of
Yeah.
America
Yeah.
and stuff. What's the Japanese style? Is that the symbols?
Well, yeah, you get it's the Japanese is like the they're like the samurais
Yeah.
and the geishas and dragons and all that sort of stuff, and it's all the the traditional ones with the koi carp and things, and they sometimes tell stories and all different things like that. So it's all like this sort of stuff. But what a lot of people don't know is the majority of the patterns that I actually do in my designs are Japanese.
Huh.
So they were actually wearing and using those things hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Do you know, like that? A lot of the patterns that are on mine, they won't have them in this because they don't put them in traditional tattoos. But they actually have. If you go to, let's have a look. Go further up. Most of them are. So keep going. The 3D ones there. They're Japanese patterns. And if you that one there, I'm doing this one is actually, I'm doing a mix between a Japanese style. So the flower of life at the bottom, that's Japanese. The patterns, look like waves, they're all Japanese around there.
Now you've pointed it out, I didn't see it at first, but now I've just looked at the Japanese stuff. Now I'm looking back at this, I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see something in it. Yeah, I can see a bit of influence in it. Huh.
So yeah, I'll try and mix the Japanese with the, but I use more of the patterns. But yeah, all the patterns are from Japan, which is crazy because they used to put them on their kimonos and like carve them into things, but they didn't have like the instruments they must have used to be able to do them, and the fabrics is crazy.
Do you know, I actually think this is my favourite type. I forgot about this. I love the colours. Like, has this been like tweaked, or are they genuinely that vivid, the colours?
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
They're vivid, but it's good photography skills as well.
and they'll fade over time. But
Right. But even when they fade, like, they're still going to look... I mean, will it ever get to a point where these have no colouring whatsoever? We're talking elderly man before that happens.
I mean, it depends how they've been done, doesn't it, really? And it depends on your skin type as well. Like, for example, like, my colour tattoos when I had them were very vibrant, but if you did the same on Tara, they probably wouldn't be as vibrant.
So that's the thing.
Yeah.
skin tone, yeah.
Skin
makes a
tone, yeah.
difference.
Like, her skin tone is, like, perfect for black and grey, whereas mine, it just goes red straight away. I mean, it heals all right, but it's like, as you're tattooing, it's not as nice as her skin tone, because she's got, like, an olivey tone to her skin.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I've always sort of wondered where's the most painful place to get a tattoo. You guys all know better than anyone.
Have you got a pen and a bit of paper, Southpaw?
I think the chest every time is just fucking brutal.
The chest.
But I don't know if it hurts more because I actually train my chest quite a lot.
Right.
So I don't know if it's like...
It's different for men and women in it
Yeah.
as well.
Because guys always their chest or their back
Chest
as well.
and back.
But you guys have got a lot more like muscle, like there in those areas.
I would have thought that would be like some of the easiest areas. I would have thought like under your arm here.
Oh,
Like
that does hurt, but I wouldn't say it's
Yeah.
any worse than the chest.
Really? You make me feel really brave because I've got a little squiggle
Yeah.
on my
Yeah,
chest.
not
Not
really,
hurt.
yeah.
Oh, agony.
Yeah.
I cried.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
fully grown man and I cried.
It kills.
Yeah, it was the worst. But I actually thought like that can't be that bad. Like it's not the delicate areas. Is it like your feet and stuff? I imagine that would sting a
No,
bit.
top of the foot is not too bad.
I've had the top of my foot done, but I had it done with by a Thai guy with the bamboo. And I thought it would be worse than a tattoo machine, but it was actually a lot more pleasant. I mean, it wasn't pleasant overall, but more so than a machine would have been.
You've had one of those tattoos?
Yeah.
Where was that?
It was a guy called Keng in Leeds at the Bamboo Rooms, I believe it was called.
Right. So he does all his tattoos like this.
Yeah.
Every single one, yeah, even his colour and stuff like that.
Do you get, the end product from doing it that way? How does it differ from the end product of the generic tattoo?
For me, it was better healing, and overall look, it doesn't really look any different than, I would say, a tattoo that's been done with a machine. But it was crazy because he got so much detail into it with this it's just like a fucking bamboo stick, wasn't it?
What, just dipping it in the
Yeah,
ink?
because it was a centipede sakyan, Thai sakyan, and so they're all just like intricate patterns.
Those unalums, aren't they?
They're just
the
small,
legs
like
just
really
loads of
small,
unalums and
like
stuff.
that.
What?
But like the amount of detail he was getting in it, and he was just doing that, just kind of like jabbing me in the foot. And I was watching him, and I was like, how the fuck did he get all that detail in it? You've seen how small and shit they are.
That's crazy.
Was it just like a little knife made of bamboo?
I think it was like a needly
Yeah,
type
I
thing
think
on
they
the
put
end
a
of the
needle
bamboo.
on the end of them.
Wow.
And he just like pushes it into the skin like that.
Oh my God.
It was, do you know, it was a cool experience. And it, like I say, it didn't cause me any bother healing at all.
So this must be like a really old way of doing
Yeah.
it. Yeah. And this is, do you know where this originates from? This sort of stuff?
I don't know where it actually originates with you, Tara.
No, we well, that'd be Thailand, that one, but they had them in Japan and everywhere. Like I was saying, this
Yeah, I
is
don't know
how
who did the first,
all
like,
of them would have
hand
been
poked.
all been tattooed like that.
Huh.
The Maoris and everything.
Yeah, or a sort of a branch off of that, but it'll be something to do with something sharp and
Yeah.
dipping it in the ink and doing it that way. Yeah, of course.
It's exactly what we do now, though, isn't it? We just use the machine does the exact same thing. You dip in the ink and then you push it in. The only thing is the machine's actually pushing it in and out instead of you having to do it.
Right.
And that's the only difference, but it's exactly the same.
So your machine, you have to dip it in the ink. I thought it was already like
No.
in the machine.
Yeah, you just dip it in and
It's like quill and it's exactly the same. So it's not
Quill and ink
injecting it. 'Cause some people think it's like you're injecting it into the skin and stuff like that. So they go, oh, I don't like needles. It's not a needle really, it's a pin. So it's like you put in the pin in, it draws up the ink, and then you push it into the skin. It's just that the machine actually does the pushing it in for you.
Right. So,
So
is the
it's
machine
easier.
moving at like lots of revolutions?
Yeah.
It is.
And just going in and out.
Huh. So how does that work? You know when you're doing it with dots?
Yeah.
You and the machine are moving.
Yeah.
So the machine's going da 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 da.
And I'm doing it at the same
and you're
time.
going da 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 da.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah. You got
Yeah,
me
that
thinking
originated around 3,000 years ago during the Khmer period in the Philippines and Thailand. You were bang on, Tara.
Thailand, yeah.
Yeah, but as we say, throughout the world, every tribe just about, no matter where you go, has got some form of tattooing going on, some kind of markings going on and stuff. So yeah, it's interesting. Have you got any you must have happened in this 11 years? What's your mentalist tattoo story? Is it something mental must have happened? Like a streaker ran in your shop? I don't know. What was it?
I think the biker thing was pretty fucking mental.
Oh yeah, that's cool though, wasn't it? I'm not cool.
Well,
yeah, it was.
right, so
Yeah.
I was sat in the tattoo shop tattooing, it was a Saturday, and all of a sudden the door opens and like, oh my God, there was about fucking 5 of them on there.
Oh, I don't know.
5 massive fucking bikers
Big
from the
fucker.
Satan slaves.
Right.
And as soon as I saw them, like, they looked pissed off. And I was like, yeah, this isn't good. And they were like, can I speak to Gemma? And I was like, for fuck's sake. And Tara went, they're just here for a tattoo. And they went, no, I'm not. And I was like, fuck. So I got up and I was like,
I said don't come back, didn't I?
yeah, that was after we'd found out what they were here for. Basically, we'd upset them. Well, yeah, we upset them, not intentionally, by our logo that we just created. We created a new logo, basically.
Right.
And I don't know if you know much about bikers and the history of bikers and stuff, but they have a thing called a 3 rocker patch. You'll see on the back of the cuts and stuff like that. Well, basically, we designed a logo that was a 3 rocker patch. Mm-hmm. But in biking, we did not know this. In biking, it's something they earn. It's like their lifestyle. Like they've got to earn them patches, haven't they?
Yeah.
Right.
So obviously we had the sticker in the window and they'd seen it and they'd called in to say, look, you can't have that. It's not on here now. I don't think you'll find it because I got rid of every trace of it.
Fair enough.
It was like it was basically like that, but it was a 3 rocker patch. And they came in, they said, look, you can't have that. Like they explained this. We've got to earn this. And then Tara said, well, can you do us a favour and come back when there's no customers here? And they were like, yeah, okay.
Come back later.
They went. And anyway, over the weekend, I did a bit of research on it. And I realised why they were so pissed off. And I took it down out the window. And they came back in. And they were the loveliest guys ever. You know, I apologised. And I said, look, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. It was just pure ignorance on my part. And they were just fucking sound. And they came back in a couple of weeks later with like a little plaque. It's like a support plaque for their MC. And they invited us to their clubhouse party
New clubhouse opening.
And it was the coolest and most terrifying fucking night of my life,
You
to
went?
be honest. Yeah, we
Yeah.
fucking went.
Where was it?
Is it Sedgefield? No,
Sedgefield somewhere. I can't tell you.
think.
I won't tell you too much about like inside the clubhouse because I know they're like it's their little bit, and I don't want to get in any more trouble. But it was fucking mental. I mean, they're lovely. They're lovely people, lovely guys. But I mean, you wouldn't want to be on the fucking wrong side of them.
Yeah, you always hear this, don't they? Obviously, very intimidating. They can look very intimidating, and get on the wrong side of them.
Yeah.
You've got a big problem because you're dealing with all of them.
Yeah.
But I have heard they are some of the nicest groups.
They were lovely, weren't they? It was so intimidating. I mean, like even the taxi driver was like, "What are you? Is this a setup?" I was like, "Nah, this is the address they gave us." He's like, "If you want picking up, you better pay me now. Like I ain't coming back here because like all the prospects were just lined up, weren't they?" Watching the car come down, and there was just Harleys and like bikes and stuff everywhere.
Oh yeah, because they had to stand on the side.
They
of the road.
stood guard at the side of the road, so like
to see who was turning onto it. So he was like
coming on
off
and
the
shit
road,
like
and
that.
then
if you're
in
not
in an unknown location.
I've never been exposed to anything to do with bikers, so I had no idea what I was walking into. You know what I mean? But they were lovely. They were all so lovely, and they're really nice people. But yeah, I was shitting myself.
Yeah, the bikers, man. And respect to them. I love what they do. I mean, you're from Darlington now.
Yeah,
you live here,
yeah.
So you see the thing they do once a year at the hospital
Yeah,
and
they're
stuff.
awesome. They're
great. Right?
And I have loads of respect for like what they do and stuff like that. Their organisation and how they're continuing to do it as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle. It's like tattooing. It's a lifestyle for them. So I completely respect them and understand why they were so pissed off at me. So sorry.
And that gang, if you want to call it that group of people, it's quite international, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I believe so.
Like you'll get bikers in like lots of countries.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, you definitely get them in America. You definitely get them in England.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the MCs is it the same names and stuff. I'm not sure about the slaves. Like I don't know if that's like a.
I don't know because you have MC. You can only have so many MCs. They have to do things to be an MC. You can't just like start a motorcycle club and become an MC.
Yeah. What's MC? Have I missed it?
Motorcycle club.
Oh right.
So they have to be. They're clubs.
Yeah,
they're not gangs or they're clubs.
They're clubs.
Yeah. So the MC is kind of like that's off limits to anyone as well, really, isn't it? To be an MC, to be in a motorcycle club, that's quite exclusive as well.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can't just like start your own and just call yourself an MC.
Right.
They won't like that, I don't think. And then you get MCCs, don't you?
Yeah.
So your MCC.
What's an MCC?
Don't know what that stands
Don't know. The MCC won't let me be. Let me be. No, I don't know.
I don't think that's what I'm sure that's not the MCC.
No, it's not. Just about to sing a little bit.
Yeah. MC stomping.
But yeah, they like, and so like for example, out of respect for them and what we've learned from meeting them, we will not tattoo a biker patch on anyone.
No.
So you're not allowed to tattoo anybody with it, neither.
I don't know if you are, but I'm not. I will
You're
not
in
do
touch
that.
with
Or like the 1% things and stuff
The
like
1%
that.
thing, yeah.
Sons of Anarchy was quite popular at this time. It was still out on it. It was
And
like still being
there
made.
were people wearing Sons of Anarchy patches, and the legit MCs would just go and rip the patch off their back or cut it off with a knife.
Really?
Because it's
Yeah.
disrespectful.
It's disrespectful as hell. Once you know like kind of what they go through to get that patch, and it's their way of life.
Right.
And there's like just some dude with a Sons of Anarchy patch. Fictional.
I wonder what they do have to do to get
Yeah.
that patch.
Sames.
I didn't ask.
Well, you won't be getting no jib with that plaque on your door, will you?
No, yeah, they were lovely, weren't they? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they were just so nice.
Yeah.
It's one of
And
them.
they could have
like-
been a lot worse, like
They're a bit like the hard kids at school that you're always better
Yeah.
off being friendly with. that, you know?
exactly, yeah, exactly,
But,
yeah.
yeah, that's interesting.
But that was cool. That was well, it was cool when we were at the. It's a cool story. I mean, it was fucking terrifying.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I can imagine them coming through your door.
All the lads in the shop were shitting themselves as well.
All big lads as well that came through.
They were
was
just
it?
like, well, all the lads disappeared when they walked in the door.
Well,
which
the
was quite
fucking
funny.
sergeant in arms came today. He had to fucking duck under the door.
Yeah, he was fucking huge, man.
that guy.
Like, oh
yeah.
my god. Yeah, our apprentice at the time was it Asham. He was just like walking backwards, leaving the shop. I was like, shit.
And I was like, look, guys, you're just going to have to come back later.
She was
okay?
just telling them off. She's like, excuse me, will you
You
shut the
just
door
told them.
behind you? It's cold.
Been prison officer, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you know the guys in that?
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah. Yeah, of course. No, I mean, is tattooing big among bikers? It is, right?
It would be,
Oh, yeah, I
yeah.
would have thought so, yeah. It was, normally it was like the people you'd see with
Yeah.
tattoos like maybe 30, 40 years ago. Bikers, they were always hanging out in tattoo shops and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the future for House of Horrors? Where do you want to take it?
Oh, good question. We've got a lot of things
Got a lot
that
of
we're
stuff
working
going
on.
haven't
We are expanding. To be
How so?
fair,
How so?
we're gonna get a laser room. I'm start doing laser
And that is to remove the tattoos?
to remove tattoos. Yeah.
Right.
So we've got some things in motion there, and we've also got a space in our property that we want to start doing kind of, is it screen printing you wanted to do?
Yeah, just like screen
Merch
printing and different types of like doing like the t-shirts and hoodies and stuff like that. And we want to kind of give the people who work with us, our artists, because sometimes you get a bit exhausted from tattooing, you need to take a little break. So I want to create a space where if they do want to take a break, they can do something else artistic
Still make
as well.
money and do something within
So
like...
they might just go like design some t-shirts and do some printing and do
Yeah.
something else that they want to do.
That's a
and
really
give
good
them
idea.
like space to be able to go and do it. And to give them like having 2 shops as well, sometimes they'll come out and chill out.
Yeah.
In
And we like...
the other studio if they want
We
to.
like
and just,
our staff to have other like, I like to call it talent stacking. Like, you know, the things they can do. Do
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're a tattoo artist, but unfortunately in this kind of climate, like there's, you know, you're a dime a dozen. You're not special if you're a tattoo artist anymore. There's hundreds of people that could take your spot and will willingly.
Right.
And I want people to kind of feel, you know, important and like they've got other things to do.
and valued as
And
well.
valued, yeah, because like with our, especially our apprentices, they're like lifers, aren't they? You know what I mean? We can't really see them going anywhere. And if they did, I'd hunt them down anywhere. So
You have to brand them.
yeah. So like, but it's nice. It's nice. They've got skills. We've got an apprentice called Steve, and he's so talented with like his illustration, isn't it? His graphic designing and stuff like that. Like he's got so much more to give in so many areas.
Right.
And so we'd love to be able to bring that into like the merch side of it and stuff like that, because it helps us as well. It helps him. It helps us. So it's about really just building on the brand, isn't it? And adding more strings to our bow. But me and Tara can't stay stagnant. We always have to be doing something.
Like the next thing,
The next thing, yeah.
Like it's created like, so we have our private studio and then the other studio 86. That is like, it's a walk-in studio.
Right.
So obviously like back in the 90s, they've spent like the last 20 years trying to get rid of walk-in studios. Yeah, so walk-in like a street shop. So walk-in studio, so when you just walk in that day, you pick your tattoo, like we did in the 90s. You went in, you got your book or the one on the wall, you picked it, you sat and waited your turn, you get a tattoo.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they spent the last 25 years trying to get rid of that. And, you know, you get fucking 18-year-olds opening private studios now.
Right.
Which I'll talk about in a minute because there's some things on that I don't like, right? But I want to create it where you get the new generations. I want them to be able to do that because they're all like into tattoos now and wanting to go get them. And it's like they're having to wait months to have like a little heart done but I want them to be able to go and like, you know, they're out with their mates and they fancy going to get a tattoo. Why can't they just go get one?
Spontaneous.
Why do
Yeah.
you suppose it was being cancelled out then?
Just because people started getting busier, people started getting larger tattoos and stuff like that. And then it just sort of like just faded away. It's when we started doing custom stuff.
Right.
So you get your artists then drawing them and then you get these TV shows like LA Ink and Miami Ink and stuff like that. People going in and say, can you do this, can you do that? So you're going in with an idea rather than going in and picking something off a wall.
Right.
So it became different. Then you just seaside places, they were still doing it. And your places like in Magaluf and stuff like that, they'll have like, you know, pictures on the wall still, or you have, you know, you pick little tattoos and you get them. But it was all starting to be custom. And then when you start drawing all your tattoos, they then become like unique to that artist. So then you can tell which artist did it. So we can look at tattoos and know what artist did them as well. From the style of drawing to the style of tattooing. And then it just sort of like faded out. So the book started to go, then the tramp stamps didn't become a thing anymore. Nobody wanted the Celtic bands anymore. All them flashes.
They shunned it. They
sort
was
of
just like turned their nose up a bit.
it all
didn't
just
they?
went away.
Did it?
But in turning it all away, what you've got now is you've got all the artists doing custom work. So if all the artists are now doing custom work, you've got to draw it. So nobody can come in anymore. Because on LA Ink and stuff like that and Miami Ink and all those shows, they made it look like somebody walked in, showed them something, asked them something and got a tattoo. Like that could only happen with something small. Yeah. But the majority of the time it was all like set up and then they'd go away and then they'd maybe come back in a couple of days or a week and then get the tattoo. So you've got all these artists now drawing the tattoos. So it actually takes them a longer time. So you can't just walk in and get it.
Right.
So the spontaneity is completely gone. So it'd always have to book the tattoo, deposit, go in on the day, do you know what I mean? So it's like that, and then that's just kind of how it's evolved. But I want the younger generations to be able to just go get that small tattoo.
Yeah,
or
I mean,
just like
both my tattoos came that way.
Yeah.
They were just walk-ins.
I think it's the best way. I think sometimes it's the best way. Like
I do.
My first few tattoos were all like that. They were just like, you were somewhere, you were shopping. There was a body art in Hull was in the actually in the shopping centre.
Pretty key.
And you go shopping and then just pop in for a little tattoo somewhere. Do you know what I mean? Like 20, 30 quid for a little tattoo.
I bet they're the most. Like, if you looked at the percentages, I bet more people regret them tattoos, though, the walk-ins, than the planned ones. I'm sure.
Probably.
Maybe. But you don't really cover them up that much, though, do you?
No, not the little walking ones.
No?
No. I think it's sometimes it's the big ones. No, I've covered up, I've blacked out people's arms that I've literally gone and got a tattoo from somewhere. And it's been a decent tattoo.
Yeah, it's been decent and they've just wanted rid.
And then they've literally just, for whatever reason, not wanted it anymore and I've just blacked it out.
Right.
And I do a lot more of that than I do covering up little tattoos.
Huh. What's the most embarrassing tattoo you've seen?
Oh, God. Has to be that fucking girl.
Oh, yeah. Grandad. Yeah, tell him that one, innit?
Oh, God. I wonder where she is now. I wonder if she ever got rid of it. There was, this was years ago, there was a young lass got frog marched into the shop with her mum. And she was like, can anyone cover this? And the lass was just stood there like dead sheepish next to her. So she got drunk with her mates and they'd got a tattoo machine off eBay.
Oh, no.
And she'd
How
wrote...
old was she, like 16?
She was like 16, she looked dead young. And she said, right, so the first thing she thought she'd do is write cock on her arm. Yeah?
Right. Good start.
And we were like, right. And then she said, and then obviously she regretted it, so she thought she'd try and make it better by writing R.I.P. Grandad above it. So it said R.I.P. Grandad Cock. Right? And that is not the end of it. And then she just decided to go zzz, zzz, and do like 3 dots on her forehead.
R.I.P. Grandad Cock.
Cock, yeah. But the dots on the forehead to finish it off, I thought they were brilliant.
What the fuck were they?
Surely you just get them lasered off. The
God. I
forehead
don't know what the
ones.
fuck she wanted us to cover her forehead with.
Fucking man.
I don't know, she was young like that.
You want she had dots on her forehead?
No, she just gone
just fucking...
I think she's got bigger problems than the tattoos.
Yeah,
I'll be
she
honest.
fucking has.
It was funny, like, and the whole shop
it
were
was.
just, I felt quite bad actually, because we were all just in fits of laughter. It was the whole, like, scenario of her mum, like, walking her in and she was just like...
But it's what we could do anyway. She's underage to tattoo.
Yeah, I
so we
can't
couldn't even
tattoo
cover it
her.
up because
Couldn't
she's only
tattoo
like
her.
16. You have to be 18 to
She could have probably got laser on the NHS in all fairness for that sort of stuff.
Yeah, but she'd be walking around the school for the next 6 months with that R.I.P. Grandad Cock
Yeah.
on her arm. Oh, nightmare.
It was right above it as well.
It was there, wasn't it? Was it there?
No stencil, no, though. She's just got a machine and
Oh,
done
yeah,
it.
just handwriting. She was just like, don't know what the fuck was going through her head, to be fair.
What if the granddad's name? What if he was called Cock? You don't know that.
I mean, from her mum's reaction, I'm guessing he was not called Cock.
No.
Big Grandad Cock. No comment, no.
No, nothing. Brutal.
Do you know, she could have put a comment, it would have made it better. R.I.P. Grandad Cock. Not R.I.P. Grandad Cock.
Put some real emphasis
Yeah.
on it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you really mean it.
Exactly.
Say it with your
That
chest
was the
out.
funniest one. I think that was the funniest one. We've had some, like,
Disasters.
yeah, it's fairly frequent, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah. A lot of people move.
Are these, these like disasters, like the things that you see frequently, are they like old or are they recently done?
There's a lot of recent ones.
Yeah,
isn't
loads
there?
of recent ones.
I would say mostly recent. For a variety of different reasons.
Have you had anybody like, I mean, this one, like, you might have it done, but to me, I just disagree, is where you get your partner's name wrote on you. Like, that for me is a recipe for disaster, if you ask me.
I'm sure I have your name.
I blocked it out.
Oh, I blacked it out. Yeah, I don't have her name. Do you know, I don't know, like, if you're married, I think it's not a bad idea, because, I mean, marriage is supposed to be forever.
So they say.
So they say. But, I mean, when they do it on a whim, it's a bit like, I mean, we do. Didn't that happen
I
the
don't
other day?
mind it. I don't know. I don't mind. I think it's quite fun. That's why I think like the walking shop should be there and that.
Because
I think
fun.
it's like if they want to just get it done then and there, because they just, you know, they love who they're with and they're like fucking 18, 90 years old.
Do you remember that guy that you were
Just
doing
do
that
it.
massive cover up on his back, and his missus, his fiance, had forced him to come get booked in before the wedding because he had his ex's name tattooed on him.
9 times.
9 times.
9
It was like,
times.
was it Tina or something? Like Tina,
They got
Tina,
fucking
Tina,
bigger and
Tina,
bigger,
Tina,
bigger.
Tina. Like getting bigger on his back. Was it his back?
Yeah, bottom of his back, the whole fucking bottom of his back. was
Tina,
fucking
Tina,
her
Tina,
name.
Tina.
It's
Tina.
everywhere.
Just 10 Tinas.
Fucking 10
And he
Tinas,
just had to
yeah.
come and get
So
a
like,
look of it
imagine it having it 10 times.
A guy once came in like pissed, didn't he? And he was like, he wants his girlfriend's name because he'd fucked up.
Yeah.
And he was late home, and he goes, if I just have her name, then at least like, you know, he's done something nice when he. I'm so why don't you just fucking go home?
Yeah, he was
instead of
fucking
spending an hour
steaming,
here,
yeah.
fucking go home.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good tactic.
It
You know, if
is.
you've been on a sesh all weekend,
Yeah.
you know, and you
I've
think
got
I'm in big
this.
trouble here. Yeah. I was getting this done, babes. You know,
Yeah.
but you babes love you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some abominations like, you know, 90% of which were bulldogs. I'm not going to
Yeah.
lie, you know.
I think a lot of people don't get them now, though, do they?
The Bulldogs, no.
No, I think they see it as a little bit like, bit white powerish, don't they?
Yeah, it's a
we've
hint of
covered-
racism in that,
Yeah.
isn't there? A little bit.
And because you used to get all the like the England flags and stuff with them, and I just think it's all. We've actually got a lot of people like want to get rid of them because of that, because
Yeah.
it just doesn't look good for them.
Yeah, that there. I mean, if that doesn't scream racist, I don't know what does. There isn't a man alive that has something like that on them that isn't 70% racist. You know? I love that the Bulldogs got tribal tattoos
I
on them
know,
as well.
and
I
the
love
vest
that.
and everything.
Yeah.
What's this here? Fucking hell, for that dog tattoo there. That one's me.
Jesus fucking
I
Christ.
thought I had a muzzle on it first.
Nah.
It's not just his snout.
It's got one eye bigger than the other and everything. God. Yeah, it's a neat bit of work, that, isn't it?
You look at the size of them though as well.
Oh,
Like
God.
they're just fucking massive on their bodies.
When you see these, you know, these catastrophes, like you think that can't be from a tattoo artist. There must be like the mates doing it to each
Yeah.
other. Surely.
You'd hope, yeah.
You'd hope.
You'd hope.
Look at the fucking that one there. The bottom left.
Oh shit.
Queen and Max. It's cross-eyed as well.
Yeah.
That one's mint. That top
Wow.
lip.
Yeah. That's yeah, that's rough going. Yeah, that's rough. So ladies, we're gonna wind it up here. Right? Let's keep it short on that now. No more 3 hours. People don't watch them.
They don't.
No. The sweet spot is between an hour and a half, apparently.
Okay.
You know, for a
yeah.
podcast,
Yeah,
apparently. Unless you're Joe Rogan that can
Yeah.
talk about physics for 3 hours, which we're not. So, anybody that's going to get into the industry that were where you were all them years ago without a pot to piss in, as I think was the quote I was sent. Have you got any advice for them? You know?
Well, it's all about timing.
Okay.
And right now is not a good time.
Why so?
So there's a lot of tattooists, there's a lot of tattoo shops. A lot of them are quite a high standard. In the last 10 years, it's the standard's so much higher now. If you were to come in as a self-taught artist now, which I mean, I had an apprenticeship, but I left it way too early, and the stuff I do now is completely self-taught. You lose a lot of time by teaching yourself without a mentor. You lose years. And
Teach yourself about a mentor.
No, without a mentor.
Sorry, right.
Without a mentor, you will lose years trying to teach yourself
Right.
because you haven't got that mentor there telling you, like, you know, as mentors, 'cause we're mentors. We've made the mistakes. We know not like what not to do.
Right.
You can waste years making those mistakes yourself. And in an industry now that is like so high caliber, I don't think you've got years to waste. I just don't personally. If you're gonna make a living out of it, look, if you're gonna work part-time at Morrison's and part-time in tattooing and your finance doesn't depend on it, then fair dues. But if you want to go into it wholeheartedly, don't do what we did. Get an apprenticeship.
Did you have a mentor?
I had a mentor. I left my apprenticeship pretty much early on. I wasn't happy there. It wasn't a great situation. And to be fair, nothing I'm doing now he can even tattoo,
Right.
even to this day. So that was the best move for me at the time.
Right.
But we're talking like 12 years ago. You know, tattooing wasn't where it was then. Honestly, if you want to get into it now, like our story, like it's not the recommended route.
So literally, your advice is
Do not do that.
Do it like
Get
a
into
different
it,
way.
but get into it differently.
Do it the right way.
Get to a shop.
Get into a nice
Learn from a
established shop.
Not one that's just like just opened and stuff like that. Because people are doing a lot more. They do research now, so they're doing research into artists. They're looking on social media, which I'm mint at. Right, they're doing all this sort of stuff. So they're picking their artists. They're looking at who they want to go to, and then they go to them. It's not just like, you know, I'll go up to this shop because it's there and it's close to me like they used to do. So you've got to, if you open a shop, you have to be either amazing and have all that followers so that they can come to you. Well, that's about it, isn't it?
That's not even enough. That's not even enough.
You just have to be real,
There's some tattooers that are struggling to get work now, and they are absolutely world class. They're struggling to get work because it's just there's so many shops and so many artists, so much choice. So if you're wanting to get in this and into it as a new tattooer now, your best option is to get an apprenticeship at an established, well-respected studio.
And these like official things.
No.
These apprenticeships.
They're not official.
No.
You've got to find someone that'll take you on.
It's like master apprentice type thing, and sometimes they're done like in studios now. So if you've got like a multitude of artists who do different things, sometimes better because then they get to learn a lot of different things. It's not just one person and one apprentice, where you can be an apprentice for 2 years and not touch a machine. It's not like that so much now. But you have to put everything into it, I think. But one thing that always bugged me is like when people were opening a shop years ago, they'd always have like, I'll be tattooing from home first for years and then go and get a shop because they'd never take that leap. And you've always got a fallback because they're working, do you know what I mean? So they've always got an income.
Right.
To me, you've got to like take that jump and you've got to like give
All
everything
in.
up. And apprentices now, and if it's people willing to do that, if you want to be an apprentice and you're not going to get paid for it and stuff like that, you don't get paid to go to university, but they'll go and spend like thousands and get into masses of debt. And you've got to try and support yourself. You have to put that much effort in and more to do this. And a lot of people now aren't willing to do that. They're not willing to like give everything up. And that's what we did. We give everything up and put everything you've got into it. If they're willing to do that, then I think there is a place for them. But they've got to do. But it's important
also to say that like choose your mentor carefully. Not all mentors are equal. Do you know what I mean? Don't just get an apprenticeship at like a shit shop because they were looking for someone. Do you know what I mean? Because that'll set you back as well.
But like, you know, the apprentices, like I was an apprentice once.
Yeah.
Right? I was a mechanic apprentice when I was like 16. Yes, I couldn't fix the cars, right?
Yeah.
But there was loads of stuff he had me doing.
Yeah.
So like, he'd have me like tea cutting the cars, polishing them. He'd have me sweeping floors, cleaning up, making coffee. Like I was always busy doing the shit he didn't want me to do. In a tattoo shop, like, what are they doing? Like the apprentices, if you're not tattooing, what are you doing apart from watching?
Cleaning.
Is
Doing
it
all
running?
that same sort of stuff.
So
Yeah.
it's just the like runabout stuff. Like if you need another stencil making, they'll run it through the copier.
I mean, do you know, if you were an apprentice, let's say a young lad or lady now wanted to get involved, the day must come where you eventually say, right, you have a go.
Yeah.
Like, who's the you have a go guy? You know, like, who are you doing that on?
Themselves.
Huh.
Yeah.
So basically, I would say to them one day, I'd tell them to do a design, draw it, and they won't even know, would they?
No, then
I made them take a machine apart, because I use the oiled coil machines. So I make them take the machine apart, and I make them put it back together again, and then make them tattoo themselves with that machine.
Yeah.
But they don't know when they're going to do it, and they don't know if they're going to do it, and I'll just say to them, you're tattooing yourself today.
Wow.
They're going to tattoo themselves with a machine that they've put back together.
Can you imagine the faces?
Oh,
It's funny.
It's the pressure though, isn't it? Just
The
got to get
hands
used
like
to it.
that.
Got to get used to it.
Yeah, I mean, surely these apprentices have had tattoos before, obviously,
Yeah.
most of the time. I don't imagine there's nobody without
There's a
them.
lot of people now that don't have tattoos or hardly any
Or
tattoos.
they've got
that are
one
all, like,
tattoo and
tattooing.
they're asking for an apprenticeship. It's crazy, to be fair.
Yeah, it's not a good advertising, is it? Like,
And it doesn't really show a lot of commitment from our part either, to be honest, does it?
No. But yeah, well, that's sound advice, I think. Pick your mentor wisely.
Yeah. Anything's possible, you know, like, but honestly, the way we got into it is not recommended, you know.
No.
Timing was everything, wasn't it? And we always were open about that, aren't we? It was the timing. If we were to do that now, no, it would not happen.
You don't
We
think?
wouldn't be here.
No.
Yeah.
There's one thing I would like to say, right, just before we finish it, and it is about these. It's really quick. It's about what I was going to say earlier, and I said I'll say that about all these other studios, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a rule in our studios that nobody's allowed to be left alone. Yeah. So if you're tattooing, I have to have someone else in that shop with you.
Okay.
Yeah. We never want to leave a client and a tattoo artist together and nobody else be there.
Yeah.
So our shops are also like quite open plan, but they've got their own place, and you can have like, you know, for privacy, you've got privacy screens, but it's open. And only open to artists. You don't have customers like walking around and stuff like that. But it is like if somebody's tattooing somebody, there is someone else there, and that's to safeguard the artist and the person that's in there. Yeah. When the customers come, they can see what our studios are, our layout and stuff like that. They can see them online and what they look like. And when they come in as well, they get to sit down and stuff first, and they get to have a look around and feel comfortable in their environment before you like take them into like into the back of the studio or whatever. No one's going into a closed room or anything like that. And I just want people to have a look at where they're getting tattooed first. Not just like their Facebook and look at their tattoos and stuff, but to really look at where they're going. Because there's a lot of these studios now that are popping up that are like single rooms above somewhere, down an alley, and it's you and one other person, sometimes locked in a room.
Or you and two other people.
Other people with no exit. So you could be an 18-year-old girl, you know, it could be the other way around. You can go down a back alley, go up some stairs, you're now in a room, they say, it's out of hours now, I don't want nobody disturbing us, lock the door, and you're in there with two guys. That does happen. Does happen, and it can happen. And there's been a lot of like, not great things from out the years and stuff, I won't go into them or anything like that, but just so people will know where you're going.
Yeah.
Know where you're going and make sure you feel comfortable first before you go there.
And I guess make sure somebody knows you're there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really, really good, strong point that had never dawned on me.
Yeah, people don't think about them.
Now you've just said it. Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
And like you say, unfortunately, even if we haven't heard about it on the telly, it's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still happening.
Yeah.
And I think it's because like people sometimes look at tattoo artists as being like all cool and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So like, they like look up to them and stuff like that. And you know, like some things have gone on where, you know, some people have abused their power and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, but they're getting some of these people in really vulnerable positions. You know, like where they're tattooing them, and they might, you know, they could be tattooing their top of their arm, and they'll make them take their top off or something like that. Do you know what I mean? To be able to get to it easier. You know, and things like this. All this stuff sort of goes on, and then watch how they're taking pictures of you as well at the end. Because they're taking pictures of your tattoo, and if it's in a place like, you know, at top of your thigh or on your chest and stuff, just ask to see the picture. Ask to see the pictures that they've taken of you afterwards, if you want, just so you can see what they are going to be posting, and just make sure you're happy with what it is, so they're not like sharing pictures and stuff like that of you. So just be a bit careful about it. But yeah, I'd honestly, I would like to do like a is it CRB check, those things that they do. I would have done that with everyone in my tattoo shops, but it's hard to get them. You can't just go to the council and ask to pay for them. It's odd. I think they should personally come with licenses. I think to get a tattoo license, I think you should have one. Yeah. Like a taxi driver. Because like a taxi driver, you could be locked in a room with somebody, complete stranger, for hours on end.
Makes sense.
So.
Yeah, actually, no, really, really valid point. Again, thank you for bringing that forward there, Tara, because that hadn't came to my head, but now you've said it all, it's all running through my head. Yeah, there should be something in place. There should be. Yeah, thank you, yeah. So for anybody listening, all that stuff Tara just said, I think's very valid. Ladies, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, talking to people like us. Have we done Southpaw? Is there anything I missed?
I believe so. I'm the same as you. I'm like, that's taking me back a bit, that
That's
message.
it.
But it's a very important message, and I think
Good
it's well said by some, you know, two people who are years and years into this industry and have seen and heard it all. So no, fantastic message, and it's been a pleasure.
Yeah,
awesome.
Respect.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Thank you for talking with people like us. Everybody watching, continue to do so. I've missed the sponsor out, but we will put that in.
We shall.
That's been Gemma and Tara Horrors. This has been People Like Us. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.